What's up, everybody? Coming live to you from the Sega Saturn ship.
What the hell
Happy
did you
New
do,
Year's! Happy New Year's to everybody. So Pat, we got a great deal on this junker. I swear. So essentially, the same guy that sold Pat his kiosk, you know, had some like rusty junk in his backyard. It turns out he had the Sega Saturn spaceship. So we got an excellent deal.
Yeah, we just violated a couple laws trying to get this into space, blew up some guy's house. You know what happens when we mess with the controls? We're just, you know, touching buttons and we've seen what works, what doesn't work. You know, some neighborhoods might get destroyed, you know, some families, you know, separated forever. But you know what? It's worth it to have the show and be able to stream from the spaceship. Either this is your last SHIRO show of the year, depending on where you are in the world, or it's your first SHIRO show of 2022. So Happy New Year, Happy New Year's Eve, whatever you happen to be celebrating at the moment. And thanks for joining us for SHIRO show. Pat wanted me to make this a surprise. I didn't even know what he was doing. He was like, yeah, I'm going to do something. It's like, okay, what is that? It's like, it'll be something. It'll be something. It's like, that's not very helpful, Dave. No. It's not very helpful. But, you know, this way, it's like, it doesn't really matter if our cameras kind of get blurry or drop out. We're just holograms, right? You know, I've been watching, I watched the story, the Book of Boba Fett the other night. What did you think about that? No spoilers, but... did you see did they release the second episode, or was it just the first episode you watched? I have only seen the first one yet. If there's another one available, I'll watch it like tonight. Yeah, no, I watched it, I think it was Wednesday night. It was really good. I'm surprised that Boba Fett killed Jar Jar like that. That was kind of messed up. You know, I don't know, that didn't happen. But you liked it? I really liked it. It got slayed in some of the reviews, though. But I mean, it's the first episode of the show. What are they gonna? They need some build up. Like they literally told the origin of how. They told some story about origins. It's an origin story. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. I also watched. Sorry, I just realized that was a spoiler. I'm such an idiot. Yeah. Sorry. Don't spoil it. Sorry about that. It was good. I liked it, but I go watch it. People that hate it, go eat mud. Eat mud. What did you think of Matrix Resurrections? I actually didn't watch that yet. You said you were gonna. You said you were like all about. You're gonna be watching that as soon as it came out. I was, but I was hoping to go with somebody, but nobody wants to go see it. Oh, I just did HBO Max. You're gonna go. That's the thing though, is that I want to go in theaters to see it. That's fair.
You really need to go to theaters to see this Matrix. It's not that kind of special effects movie.
See, I kind of agree with Emerald. Like Emerald and I are. If I don't want to speak for you, Emerald, but it seems like we're kind of a little on the fence about it. And then Knight thought it was amazing. He thought it was excellent. I felt like it was a lot like the first of the most recent Star Wars trilogy. It was like they were trying to do the original Matrix movie over again, but not as good.
It's not a good sign.
To be fair, the episode 7 wasn't that great to begin with either, but that's another debate in its entirety.
So they don't have the same choreography that they used to, and I think maybe not the same writers and stuff. Because the first Matrix was like a really beat over your head simulation and simulacra adaptation. Yeah. And this one just feels like, hey, we're still doing stuff in this franchise.
In all honesty, they should really have the Wachowskis both do it. I think it's the Wachowski sisters at this point. I think they should really go with that.
Yeah, only Lana did this one. I forget the name of the other one, but she wasn't involved, I don't think. And Warner Brothers, like, they literally addressed this in the movie, but Warner Brothers wanted this movie, it was going to happen whether they wanted it or not, and Lana was like, okay, fine, I'll just do it myself.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense. Like, well, we're going to mess up the movie, so you can do... But I mean, from what I've heard of people, it's not awful, it's not, like, panned, it's just, like, okay. Which I think
it's perfectly serviceable, and if you like the lore, it's fun. It's just not the same.
Right.
Yeah, I suppose. To be fair, though, I was never a fan of Reloaded and Revolution. Was it Revolution?
Yes, Reloaded and Revolution, or Revelation.
Fan of those two
Revolution.
names.
I don't know.
Revelation's the new one.
The original stood on its own, though.
Resurrection. Sorry.
Yeah. The original.
Reloaded is my favorite one, actually. I like Reloaded more than the original.
Oh.
Oof! Wow.
Well, that's an opinion.
That's a hot take.
That is a hot take.
That's a hot take. Holy crap.
What? So like the plot makes more sense, and they go more into depth in what's happening, and the fights are better.
Yeah. Well,
I guess. Okay.
yeah,
You're welcome to have that opinion.
they really went over the top with the fights. I'll say that, and they obviously had more money pumped into the production. But yeah, the original one just has the art vibe to it. It has like to me, the original stands with films like Alien, you know, or like the original Blade Runner, that kind of thing, where it's like it was a work of itself. You didn't need to do a sequel. It stood by itself, you know. And then, of course, you know, Hollywood wants to push out sequels, but yeah,
Money.
it all is about money in the end. But anyway, I still think people should watch it for sure and decide for themselves. It's definitely not bad. I just don't feel like it's great. That's all, you know.
Yeah.
If I
no,
make
honestly,
a movie recommendation for this year, it's Don't Look Up. That was the movie I enjoyed the most out of all the movies I've seen this year.
I saw that.
I've heard a lot of people talk about
Lots
that.
of recommendations.
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but I
I've
won't
been
look
so
up.
busy with stuff. Like, honestly, all the movies came out so fast. I didn't have the time to watch any of them. I missed the new James Bond. I missed what was the other one I missed? There's a couple other ones. The one by the guys that did Westworld.
Yeah.
I want to see that one. Missed that one. There's a few other ones I missed, so I'm kind of annoyed by that. I caught up on some of them. Like I watched the Encanto last night. That was 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
Is that the new Pixar thing?
There's Disney. It was really good though. I liked it a lot. But what was the other one I watched? There's another one that I watched that was like, oh yeah, and then I went to see the new Spider-Man by myself because everyone literally saw it without me. So it's like, okay, well I guess I'll go see it myself then.
Or
So,
It's
like,
worth it.
sad.
Even if you're going by yourself, it's worth it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I sometimes do that. If I want to see a movie that I know nobody's gonna want to go see with me, I just like go by myself. It's like, it's not a big deal. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I can't do that. I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't have anybody to talk to about it. And it's like, well, if it's a movie everyone saw, you'll find somebody to talk about it. I mean, it's online, so you can,
Right.
like, worst case, just go online. Like, my favorite ones to watch are the Ghibli ones. And then after I'm done watching those, because I haven't watched all of them, so I think the last one I saw was, in theaters, I didn't watch is Pom Poko,
Oh yeah.
which is actually really good. I know people hate on it, but it was kind of interesting seeing the discussion of it in the retrospective. I guess technically it's not really retrospective if you haven't watched it before.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
But it was really good.
I gotta watch Kiki's Delivery Service again, but with my kid. Jesse hasn't seen it yet, but I think he'd love it.
Which version? There's like 1,200 of them.
Good question. I
Actually,
really
wait,
don't.
no, I think there was only one dub. Actually, for that one, I think there's only the one with Phil Hartman, R.I.P.
Yeah. Well, we got some
that's
news to
really
talk
sad,
about,
though.
and we're not doing a game stream today because Pat's got a party to go to. Popular guy. Or he's got a party to host, is that right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I got a party to host.
You got
so
a party to host, right?
Yeah,
So you're
sorry
going to
about
be
that.
the
Well,
bartender, right? No, just kidding.
I honestly, I don't even drink, but no.
Yeah, no problem.
It'll be a fun time.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I will go ahead and bring up our nice tech browser here, our little website browser here, so that we can talk about some of the news that's gone on. And
Start walking radar.
you want to go back to that? I guess
We
that's
didn't
right.
really
That
talk
happened.
about the news.
Yeah, you put it up after we did a stream. So, and we'll be talking about it in relation to the 27th annual game competition as well. But yeah, so Pat put up this article about Knight's fan translation, his Christmas present. Go ahead.
Yeah. So it's an article about his fan translation. Okay, let's go on to the next article. No. It was really good. It was a really good article.
Moving
Really
right
good
along.
surprise. He came with us like, hey, you wanna? I have a secret project for you to show off. It's like, what are you talking about? And it's like he sent me the image, and it's like Wackenroder in English. And I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
And it was just the hypest hype. So we went through and we played through that. It was a lot of fun. We noticed there's some glitches here and there, like for some of the text elements are not fully translated, and the saving doesn't work to the
Right.
point where it will crash your system. But it wasn't unexpected. It wasn't unexpected. This is a massively alpha build of this.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the cool thing we want to talk about is that he actually, as of I think it was at Christmas, he released the patch on our Discord.
That's right.
Am I right?
Yeah. So he released we had the surprise stream whenever the world heard about it for the first time, and it was even kind of a surprise to us because we really only knew about it a couple days in advance. And then he released it to our Discord community and Sega Extreme as kind of like a early community Christmas present, like, here, enjoy this, play it. And then most recently, just today, he uploaded the most polished version, I guess, so far to the 27th annual on Sega Extreme.
Yeah, this one actually is more polished than we showed off. So
Yeah.
I kind of want to re-download it and try it out. I have a lot of stuff I have to try out for that competition. There's
Oh my
so
god,
many games.
yeah, it's a lot. It is a lot. I'm actually really impressed with the community this year, just like how much stuff they've put out.
Yeah.
And again, it's been down to the second. You know, it's like I've been refreshing that page, and new stuff gets posted like periodically. So it's just crazy. How many people have just been crunching until the last minute so that they could upload like the best, put their best stuff forward. But yeah, so this translation, I just want to say, is kind of noteworthy because of it uses this infamous or infamous translation guide by Glenn Rudy and Yumi Makita,
Or be infamous.
Not infamous, sorry, famous. Well, infamous.
Infamous
In so much as this is how people have had to play the game up until now, like by looking at the TV and then looking down at a guide, because that's like the only way you could do it if you didn't speak and understand Japanese. But basically, these two met and married through working on this project, and then of course, Knight told us that. That despite rumors that this game shares some kind of engine with the Shining series, it does not at all. And it actually uses some kind of text compression scheme that that is just makes it incredibly difficult. As far as projects go, it's not for the faint of heart, which is why he's been, which is why it's not been a very easy project to do. But, I guess,
hey, you know what?
It's a challenge, right?
You gotta do.
Yeah, do what you got to do.
Yeah, it was really funny because he was telling me like, "Oh, hey, can you write this in an article so I can source something so I can debunk a fact on Wikipedia, please?" And I was like, "Sure, here you go."
Shadow Mask is getting triggered by the scan lines, he says in the chat.
Isn't that ironic? A man that's all about scan lines.
That's
gets
exactly
triggered by scan lines.
I don't know if it's a joke or if he's actually getting triggered. Maybe I'll add a Shadow Mask next time. Maybe
I think maybe it's just the flashing part of it.
Could be. I mean, I can turn that off if it's bothering folks, but it's kind of part of it.
It's good for me.
Yeah, it's part of the vibe. You just need a Darth Vader helmet, and then it'll be complete. Your path to the dark side will be complete. But yeah, so anything else?
I should get a robe and be like a Palpatine.
Did you want to talk? Because we're going to circle back to Wackenroder when we talk about the 27th annual competition. But did you want to talk about the bulk/fan translation release special?
I mean, that's on a news article, so we can skip it if you want. But
we can skip it, but basically that was just
bulk/ so much.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it again because it is an entry in the contest. So yeah, moving right along. Nick wrote an article summing up the situation with City Connection and the Cotton Guardian Force. Yeah, go ahead. You probably know more about this than I do. I'm wondering how they actually did it, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, so basically, if you guys are caught up to date, City Connection released the Cotton Guardian Force Saturn tribute game for the Nintendo Switch and PS4. And what happened with the digital and physical release is that there is an issue with the emulator because they basically didn't port it. They basically put it on an emulator. People are speculating it's most likely SSF. And due to its input lag nature, people noticed that there's a big input lag. I think it was like 3 or 4 frames or something crazily heavy. Oh, 8? Oh, wow, yeah. It was like a crazily heavy amount of frame input lag, and it definitely is, even to me who's very intolerant with that, it's very noticeable, very, very noticeable.
Yeah.
But, he went through saying, there was input lag, and they actually finally addressed it a while ago, and they announced that they're actually working on a patch for it to lower the lag. So I don't know if they're gonna either just report it, they're going to find a way to lower the lag with it, or I don't know. There's no speculation. They said there's going to be patched sometime in January or February of next year or this year if you're in a different time zone. That will be able to patch the add the input lag removal from the game or lower it drastically. I don't know if they'll be able to fully remove it, but it's still they're working on getting rid of a lot of it, which would be good for the game. But it kind of sucks if you have a physical copy and you're in the year 2050 when all the digital servers are down and you can't download updates for it.
Yeah. I was like thinking, like, are they actually going to modify the SSF, or are they just going to, like, I don't know if it was Knight or somebody else speculating that they'll just use the input from the previous frame to like predict in order to lower lag, but that would be kind of like a cheat. I don't know. I hope they don't do that.
We'll see what they can do. I'm excited.
Yeah, and we'll let people know. We will follow up. I guess Nick says he reached out to them. I don't know if you mentioned that, but yeah,
he sent a message asking to confirm the game uses Saturn emulator, but he hasn't heard back yet. But we'll update the article once we hear back if we do at all.
Cool.
But
and
keep
then
in mind, these are like Japanese companies, and they never really reply to really anybody that contacts them in English.
Right.
At least that's my experience from reaching out to Japanese media. I don't know if that's a thing, or I don't know. I've never gotten replies back. It's kind of sad, really.
Yeah. Actually, Nick was telling me that in order to reach out regarding one of the projects that he's doing, and he needs to reach out to Japanese developers, it's like he has to create like an introduction, like a formal introduction PDF or something like that, and ask permission, like formally, if he can even talk about it. You know, I don't know. I'm paraphrasing, but essentially there's a lot of red tape and hoops to jump through to do it socially correct. You know? Yeah,
that's gonna be a nah from me.
Yeah, you can't just like reach out to somebody on Twitter and say, hey, you know, that doesn't really go over well. So next up we've got Peter's well, you posted this up, but yeah, it's Peter's Best of Saturn. Sega.
I've been trying to change my name to Peter's, but it just keeps defaulting to mine, so I just gave up.
I think if you go, I think in WordPress, if you don't edit the article, but you do the quick edit and it brings up the like quick menu, you can reattribute it there and then click save, and that actually works. But okay, yeah,
that's weird. Yeah,
it's weird.
Really annoying.
WordPress is broken half the time, I'll admit. But anyway, Segata-san Shiro Shinken Yugi. You've played this game, I know, because we did like a Christmas episode where we talked about it.
I did a stream of it.
You did it? Oh, that's right. Yeah, you did a stream of it.
This was years ago. This was 2018. I even wonder if that video is still up on our Facebook. I think they deleted all the live stream videos.
They did that. Yeah, they did. Yeah, no, I mean, you did really well. Yeah, I remember you did like better than I could at the shmup portion, I guess, like where you're flying the sleigh.
Yeah, it's that middle thing right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a fun game. I played it. I had a lot of fun mini games. I really enjoyed the shmup one the most, throwing the presents in the chimneys.
That's right.
But the other one, when you're like fighting through the building of Sagata, was also pretty fun. It was a ton of really fun game. I really enjoyed all the mini games. I kind of really think I should play it again because that stream is pretty much gone from the internet. So
would be a great idea.
A lot of our streams are gone forever. I just realized that's kind of sad, really.
Because we did it on Facebook.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I remember we wanted to do that because it was the most accessible, but we ended up losing a lot of the streams.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I couldn't have seen that coming.
No, it definitely wasn't. I think I agree with you that I liked it for the accessibility, but I think overall it was probably a good idea to go on YouTube, though. It was good in retrospect.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's all good.
If YouTube was like a social media platform where everybody was hanging out, it would be even better, but because that was the idea. It's like people, at least back then, a lot of us were hanging out on Facebook. We were on Discord, but we were still on Facebook quite a bit. And it's like you'd be just hanging out on Facebook, and then a stream pops up, and it worked for engagement. But it's like Facebook streaming has just become a bunch of like GTA 5 race courses and stuff, and weird like truck simulators.
I get a lot of, like, nudity mods.
Yeah,
like, I got like GTA 5. It was like what, Samus and Naked or something, and it was like, wow, there are actually a lot of shows on YouTube. What the heck?
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I don't know if anybody else sees this, but it's like, and I know it's not my settings. I promise I don't follow that sort of stuff on Facebook. So don't say I'm like following
It's
that
the
sort of
same
stuff.
for me. If you touch the gaming tab in the middle and you just scroll, you get all sorts of stuff. You get videos of people sitting there watching somebody pop zits, and I'm just like, this is not game stream. Like, I want nothing to do with this. If this is the kind of platform, it's becoming just like a shock platform. You know, it's
In all honesty, I'm kind of preferring Twitter, to be honest, and that's really where we mostly hang out and interact with people nowadays. So.
Oh right, yeah, just
YouTube Kids.
Huh?
Is the Facebook gaming tab like YouTube Kids now, or just nothing but shock videos?
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't do YouTube Kids. YouTube Kids is weird though because of the whole COPPA thing. It's like a lot of the content's not there. Even stuff that is kids content is not there. My son has no interest in it because none of the Pokemon videos he wants to watch are actually on YouTube Kids, you know. But
yeah, I think it's also annoying because like you can't comment or favorite it. So I know my piano instructor, he set his account to Facebook Kids.
Mm-hmm.
I can't favorite any of the videos. I can't like any of them. I can't comment, so it makes it impossible to track like the videos that I'm working on, because it's like, oh hey, you have to like bookmark it and stuff. It's like, why? I can't even add to like a favorites list anymore, so I can watch it again. It's like the dumbest thing ever. It's like, why would you?
I'm not a fan.
Not a fan.
Okay, so sorry. Lost my train of thought. So
do we have any more?
Shinken Yuki is a cool game. Guys should check it out. Based on the TV campaign, it's awesome that they put him in a game. Just one of those many things that you get on Saturn that you don't get on a lot of other consoles.
I noticed also they have a vinyl record remix for that game. I think it's called DJ Sagata, but I think it's fairly affordable. I should really get it and rip it and put it on our YouTube channel. Yeah,
that'd be rad. If it wasn't a copyright issue.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. I'll figure something out. I'll put it on my illegal rip channel that I do. Well, not really illegal rip. It's just like where I put that Japanese music on.
Mm-hmm.
Just places where it's like I don't care if my monetization's 0, or I have like another one for my family videos too, for all my family to watch, because there's a lot of copyrighted music in it, and it's like because it's like at weddings, and they're like telling me, oh, you can't show this because they play the Cha-Cha Slide or the Macarena in the background. It's like, okay, sure, that's great, thanks YouTube. I guess I won't monetize my family going on vacation now, and it'll be blocked in 25 countries. So
you may have mentioned this. You may have mentioned this to folks, but there was that one show that I was doing solo, and I had my mic audio muted when I came live, and I didn't know it. So I was muted for, I don't know, 30 seconds or something, and YouTube was able to pick up on that Buckethead track that plays during the sizzle reel. And
I didn't think any of us knew that was a Buckethead song.
I didn't know either. I knew it was from, I mean, I like Buckethead, okay? I mean, I like guitar guitarists, but I did not know about that track. I just knew it from the Sega Saturn sizzle reel from '96, and I had no idea that they actually licensed a Buckethead track for that sizzle reel. Maybe they didn't even license it. Maybe it was totally stolen. I don't know, but
it basically was an instrumental of it, so I assume that it was. Like the song's called Jowls by Buckethead.
Yeah.
The thing is that we wouldn't know it because it's on like an obscure album, and it's like an obscure track. It's like one of his like lesser known albums and like a lesser known track, and it's like, oh, totally, I would have totally guessed it was that song. Right. So I mean it's obviously not going to be Jordan or something that we'd recognize. It'd be something like that.
And it was weird too. It's a really weird abstract guitar track at that. I think some people probably found it annoying. So maybe if we don't continue using it, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, my favorite thing is that they actually add lyrics to it, and it's like the weirdest lyrics. It's like this hillbilly guy is like, "Save me the slurm" or something like that, and it's like him just talking over the track, and it's like, why did he do this? And it's
probably because of Primus. He was probably trying to be more like Primus or something. That it came out the same time that like Primus was doing all that weird stuff. Like
Primus sucks, dude.
I don't hate Primus. They're not like
No,
the
that's
best.
the joke.
But,
Primus sucks.
oh, right. Okay.
You know, Primus sucks.
Yes.
Did you know?
Okay.
I like
Sorry.
Primus actually.
That went over my head for a second. Yeah, no, I like him too. I like Claypool. He's a great bassist.
I saw him live
guitarist.
with not Julian Lennon, the other Sean Lennon.
Oh,
with
really?
As Lennon Claypool Delirium.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Wow.
It was really cool. They played my favorite Pink Floyd song, and some drunk lady tried to beat me up.
Was that in Arizona? A drunk lady tried to beat you up?
like apparently I was singing to her song, she didn't like it, and like I was ignoring her, and she just shoved her middle finger in my face and started throwing beer at me or something.
Yeah. I have a funny story. I went to a Foo Fighters concert with my dad, and there were so many people packed into that room. It was so tight that you didn't move. You just kind of, your body just flowed with like the sea of people, you know? And you couldn't even fall down because there's nowhere to fall down. You're just kind of like, you're just kind of waving back and forth with like this sea of people. And by the end of the concert, my pants didn't fit anymore. My jeans, they were soaked in sweat, and they were also like pulled down. Like, and I was like, okay, I'll just button them back up, but they didn't fit anymore because like the sea of people, like, they wore my pants out. And I thought,
jeez, what year was this?
This would have been 1998. I want to say 98 or 99.
Oh wow, that's the good Foo Fighters era.
It was good.
So
it was a
huge...
phenomenal. It was loud and it was phenomenal. But they did an amazing job, and that was in the Bay Area.
Sorry to hear that.
Well, that's where we had to drive to go to any good shows. It was the Bay Area because we were from Reno. So, anyway,
that makes sense. But it was really good though. I really want to see Dave Grohl live. It probably won't be as crazy, but you know.
Oh man,
probably
yeah.
Better.
I saw him during the 1x1 tour, and they were still good. They were still phenomenal. And yeah, no, I think he does a good job. I really do. Good live performance.
I'm missing out on a lot of artists I need to see live. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, I completely stopped going to concerts since COVID, kids. So I would just absolutely love to go to a show again.
We should figure out a time, like a show in California that's like near you and reasonable for me that we can go to. Yeah,
that'd be rad. I would totally be down. The last show that I actually went to, I'm not gonna lie, you know, this is kind of embarrassing, but it was MXPX. It was like a pop punk show here in San Diego at the Orpheus.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Pop punk's really good.
Yeah, it was MXPX, and there was another band that was that they were playing with. It might have been the one that Mike Herrera is playing bass with now, the Goldfinger. I think that's what it was. Goldfinger and MXPX.
Wait. Yeah, I didn't. I know Mike Herrera from Goldfinger, but I didn't know he was a famous artist.
Yeah, he was the lead singer of MXPX. And
really?
I used to be super into like pop punk when I was in high school. Blink-182, MXPX, all that stuff. Whether you like it or not, it's just Lagwagon. The
covers he did of a bunch of like Goldfinger songs, and I forgot what band does it. It's like the song "No Cigar."
That's Millencolin. No Cigar. Yeah, Millencolin was great.
Yeah, he did a cover of that. It was really good, man. We're getting back into the music.
We're getting back into the music talk. I don't care. We like music. Okay, so let's get on to your Resident Evil article that you just put up. This is cool.
It's Residently Evil.
Regarding the trailer, right? That just dropped for.
I wouldn't say just dropped. It was on my thing for a while, but it was for Resident Evil 2 Special Edition, which is a Dreamcast, a mod for the Dreamcast version of Resident Evil 2 that adds a bunch of cool functionality. If you want to just play the trailer, we can show people.
Oh right,
some
yes.
of the stuff.
Okay, so this is the top one right here.
Yeah, but also I just want to bring up that the last concert I went to was Mike Klopfer from Dire Straits. Great concert.
Oh, Dire Straits! You saw Dire Straits live? Wow.
No, I saw Mark Klopfer.
Oh, okay, okay.
The singer, the guitarist and singer.
Cool.
Fantastic show. They played all the songs I wanted to see. Once Upon a Time in the West. They played they played Money for Nothing, or he played it. It was a really good concert.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Definitely. Yeah.
Oh, actually, no. You know what? Jackson Browne was the last show I went to. and that was a sit down
my
show.
mom went to that one recently too. Not that's
okay.
not dish.
Yeah,
Sorry
no,
about that.
MXPX was like a mosh show, but Jackson Brown was like, big theater, sit down, and you kind of feel like you're watching a movie or something. But it was good. The music was really good. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna show people. I'll mute our mics and I'll show people this trailer here. Okay,
that works.
All right. Very to the point.
Yes, very to the point. But as you noticed, they have a lot of really cool mods and really cool new NPCs. You can play as Ark Thompson from the awful Resident Evil 2 Survivor game.
Right. Resident Evil Survivor.
I hated that game so much. That's probably the worst Resident Evil. Like,
that's what I hear.
Voice acting for 1 is bad. Holy hell! Resident Evil Survivor's voice acting is the worst.
Yeah, takes it to a whole new level.
Time.
It's like actual bad instead of like so bad it's good. Yeah.
It's like it hurts me on the inside of my body. Sorry, I had to throw something away.
Oh, what's this down here at the bottom?
This is a trailer. This is another mod somebody played for the PC called Kendo's mod, which is probably the greatest PC mod of all time. It's a long video. It's like 8 hours or something crazy. But it's probably the funniest mod. Basically, it completely overhauls the game to where you play as Kendo, and it like, I don't want to spoil it because it's probably the funniest mod I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
But if you're a big fan of it, go watch that video. Bakba Soup is hilarious. He's a great streamer.
Oh, okay.
Great guy. Don't backseat game him. I'm with him. If you backseat game, you're not a cool dude, unless you ask, of course. But yeah, this mod's pretty cool. I don't know exactly what's going to be in it. All I know is from the trailer is going to have straight jacket zombies, female zombies, Resident Evil 1.5. Like they added a lot of elements from 1.5, like Elza Walker skins, some of the zombies from that game,
right?
And different other models as well. So it's fantastic. It's they haven't announced everything that's going to be in it. But so far, it's going to be amazing. Also, Sergeant Sega put there's a Vinesauce mod for Resident Evil 2 also. I like that one. It has, what's it name? The guy from...
Tommy Wiseau.
I forgot the name of the song. He plays... They replaced his model with the Tyrant, Ray Lazar or something like that.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty hilarious. It's probably my favorite mod of all time. That one's also really good. But yeah, the mod is interesting, and it's going to be really the first Dreamcast-oriented Resident Evil 2 mod. I know they do a lot of them for the original PS2. They did for the PC.
For the PC, yeah.
Yeah, Rem Lazar, yeah. I love Rem Lazar. It's so funny. But yeah, it's a ton of fun. I'm excited for it. I'm happy to play it. Hopefully, we can do a stream of that because I will play the entirety of it because I'm down.
Absolutely.
But as you guys know, I'm a huge Resident Evil fan. Like, I'm a massive Resident Evil fan, especially 2. So any excuse to replay that game is a good one for me.
Nice.
So he hasn't had a release date for it yet or any info. But he says it's coming soon. So
now you're an N64 hater though. So have you played it on N64?
Yeah, that's how I first played it.
That is how you first played it. Oh, okay.
That's how I first played Resident Evil. That was the first Resident Evil. No, that's a lie.
I think you told me that.
I played was Code Veronica, yeah.
Okay, yeah, you told me that. So that was your first experience with it. You've played all the versions, basically, of RE2.
Pretty much. I played the PC, Dreamcast, PS1, the GameCube, pretty much every version besides the Gamecom version. But whoever plays that is an insane man. Sorry.
Yeah, that's not nothing you have to be. I don't think it was
released technically, was it?
Yeah, no.
Was it released? I can't remember.
Asking the wrong person. I have no idea. I'm not a big Gamecom fan, or I'm not even that curious about the Gamecom. I know, or Game.com. If you want to be.
I prefer its colloquial name, the piece of garbage com.
Piece of garbage com.
Just me. But yeah, also I want to shout out Pandemonium. He said, "Yo, those stream graphics though." I think you should rephrase it and say the creamy 3D graphics.
These are
That's
not
my opinion.
graphics, folks. This is practical effects right here. Like I told you, Pat literally bought the spaceship. It was a junker. It was covered in dust and rust, and we got a smoking deal on it. I'm telling you.
Yeah, and I did did indeed install a PVM inside of this one as well, along with my kiosk.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, that was a requirement.
Yep. But we got our gons, as Nick likes to say, we got our gons floating in the background.
Yeah.
Speaking of gons, we've got the 27th annual Sega Saturn game competition, and there are quite a few.
Talking about Hunter x Hunter.
Sorry, what?
Are you talking about Hunter x Hunter? That has the best gon.
Oh, right, yeah.
Or gon,
Wah,
I guess.
wah. I seriously need a stream deck so I can get that sad trumpet or like the butt up every time Pat tells a dad joke.
Also, Ray said you guys are just one step away from becoming VTubers. If we could get like a Saturn VTuber, I would definitely do that. I'd be Stream Chan.
Okay, so I was writing this article over the week, right? And I haven't checked the site in the last hour. So this already could be outdated. I've been updating it multiple times as people try to get their submissions in right under the gun. Because this is it. Today's it. I don't know what time zone Emerald is going off of, but essentially, as of this evening,
7 a.m.
7 a.m. Okay.
So Eastern Standard Time. Yeah.
Eastern. 7 p.m. Eastern? 7 a.m.?
I always have
7 a.m. Eastern, yes.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So it's
7
12 p.m.
Eastern or 7 a.m. Eastern?
To shift based off of wherever you are relative to that. But I also put in an Eastern because, it's Eastern.
Right. So what started 2 years ago, what Emerald kicked off 2 years ago and was hosted by Sega Extreme was a competition to help boost and encourage folks to get into Saturn development to grow the community. And just by looking at these color-coded years, you can already see like how much it grew. It almost doubled in size from 2019 to 2020. And there are a lot of great submissions here too. That many that we had a blast streaming. Pat did like a huge marathon stream. A lot of this stuff at least got kickstarted using Jonas Fett's Joe engine. Many entries that don't use Joe engine, but it's been a great tool. You've had helpful folks like XL2, Night of Dragon, Ponut, Emerald, VBT. You've had Ponut lending Pona Sound, or however you want to call it, different tools by different individuals. So yeah, there's been just a lot of there's just been an outpouring of help, support, projects, proof of concepts, and that leads us to this year. And of course, if you guys want to know detailed information regarding how this is going to be judged, what the categories are, and all that stuff, we got a link here to Emerald's game
be judged unfairly
competition page. Yes, and you can read the bios of the judges and everything like that. So, but we've got an original game category, that anything that qualifies as an original game, and I guess a port with completely new graphics would fall into this category, because I know like was it Hitomi? Sorry, yeah. It's Jameson, but I knew it as Hitomi 2500. Yeah, he did like a port of the 15 tile game and the Everlasting Summer. Those are ports, but I mean, I think they fall under the original game because there's nothing else like it on Saturn, right?
So the logic behind the original game category is that there is a significant amount of effort put into building an engine in order to run the game.
Right.
And in cases where you see ports from there, like Cyberpunk Metal Orange, or whatever it's called in Final Fantasy.
Right.
That would be, in those cases, NDIDI and Trekkies literally having to rebuild large parts of an engine, even if they are reusing assets.
Exactly.
And that's distinct from, say, writing a Delta or an SPP to patch a previous game with additional files or additional assets without having to rewrite the engine. Makes sense.
Yeah. So in the original game category, we have now, I don't know if Seven Shades has actually posted QCat yet, but I didn't want to leave it out because I've seen them working on updates and stuff like that. So I went ahead and included it here, but there's no link yet. We'll see. There's been a lot of progress on it though. So yeah. Again, I haven't checked the page in like the last hour, so it may be up, and I don't know. You got
So
Cobra.
probably like half the entries are probably going to come in the next 13 hours or so.
Pretty much what I figured, yeah. So that's why, I put at the top, just be sure to come back for more updates, or just, you can always bookmark right here. If you click Sega Extreme, you can bookmark the anniversary competition and just refresh. That works too, but we will go ahead and signal boost it and repost it just for redundancy. But all the links will just take you to Sega Extreme, of course. So you got Cobra Dial, Chris Mingle. We played it a little bit last year.
Hell yeah!
Ended abruptly, and we get to know more about the story because they were able to add a little bit more. There's two games.
We'll get a next chapter. We'll get a new chapter for each year we do this.
Yeah, this iteration consists of 2 in-game days. Not all assets are complete, but does show progress. It progresses the story a bit further. So.
I like how Pandemonium talks so much in our chat. He joined the voice chat right now.
Yeah, I figured I was getting dumb, so
he had to.
I have my mic.
This is the one Nick's really excited for, right? The Mall Santa.
Guys, I just finished playing the new Chris Mingle build.
Oh, did you?
There's yes.
Okay.
like less than an hour ago.
Well,
there's
tell
not
us.
a whole lot. There's not a whole lot added to it, but I mean, it's the comical writing that you would hope to see is definitely there. it's very good. Patrick was saying it's like we're getting a new chapter every year. I think by 2040 we'll finally get to have sex with Hot Santa.
And then at that point, we'll all be long awaited.
Make on the show.
I just want to make sure that I think so Cobra, I don't know how much, he's not really a full-time dev, so we see a lot of his activity near competition time, and he could use a little bit like a support or something like that, or some kudos, because it is a fun concept, and he has been feeling a little bit frustrated. I mean, we're all getting a little bit frustrated between COVID and the competition deadline. I think Xenos is working off of 31 hours of being awake.
Go to bed, dude. Oh, he's not in the chat anymore. I think he's sleeping.
For the record, I mean, no offense to Cobra Dial at all. I'm very
offense
happy
at all.
There's a new Chris Mingle build.
Yeah.
Take as much time as you need.
We'll take what we can get.
I'm definitely not someone who can talk about taking forever to do stuff, since I've, I take forever to do stuff too.
Oh, weird tangent. I just realized I completely forgot to bring up Betty White died.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
First you had John Madden, and then now Betty White. Crazy.
It's a life really well lived.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that. We can get back to the story now. I forgot to bring that up. I was going to, but I kind of got busy. Sorry, Betty White. R.I.P.
Sorry. R.I.P. Betty White. We will. We'll do an outro.
Betty White tro.
Yep. We'll circle back.
I'm still alive.
He's still alive.
Go to sleep.
Now get out of here and go work on your game again.
No, go to sleep. Don't listen to Dave. Go take a nap.
No. Okay. Damage X with Fly versus Fly, a fun insect theme one-on-one fighter. And Nick, you had fun with this one, right?
I had so much fun with this one. It's so simple, but it's so well done. What it seeks out to do, it does extremely well, and I had a great time with it. As I'll say in my video, it seems like one of those mini games that you unlock in WarioWare.
Yes.
That appear on the menu of the game. I had a great time with it. It's an artistic masterpiece. It's fun. It's fun. I love it.
And next we've got a 15 Extreme Hitomi 2500 or Jameson. They go by Jameson? That's what they uploaded.
My favorite drink.
But I've seen them on the Discord as Hitomi 2500. But basically did I guess they fished all of the images from the off-topic channel of Pony Images to create this 15 tile puzzle game for the Saturn, and this is the only image I felt comfortable putting on our webpage.
Oh God, please don't tell me, is this game NSFW?
Patrick, some of the images in 15 Extreme are slightly NSFW.
Yeah,
so
but this one's okay. It doesn't really show anything.
Am I not going to be able to stream this year?
I wouldn't.
I can tell you which ponies are not lewd.
There you go.
And you can play those.
Nick's already.
I gotcha. But
he
took the blast.
Pony I picked was a one that made me feel less than comfortable.
So we're seeing.
I think I've seen
the colloquial term is clop. Is that the pony fandom thing?
I am not one to knock harmless interests of others, but it was, you know, some of it, it's not my thing.
And then
Is it
I
like
mean,
stream, or is it like regular?
it's not
moderately?
like it's not super duper bad. It's just like
it's just
etchy.
it's just whatever ended up in the off topic channel over the past 6 months.
It's
It
not
is called
something that'll
yeah.
It would get you banned from Twitch, but not banned from YouTube, if that makes sense.
I gotcha. Well, how about we
That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, we're gonna have to navigate that very carefully to save our YouTube channel. So, when we
For the record, I'm
stream-
okay with occasional pony content, just not some of the images.
Now they
no, that's fine. I just don't want to get like canceled.
yeah, you won't. Okay.
It could be worse. Like they could have taken all these images from the Garfield channel, which is infinitely worse.
We
that'd
have
be
we have a
great.
lot of stuff to get through though, guys, so we got to keep the ball rolling.
Gotcha.
Because they also did Everlasting Summer, which is a port of a Russian PC visual novel.
Interesting.
You're a kid. You're just like this unassuming, kind of ordinary young man who falls asleep on a bus in the middle of winter to wake amidst a summer camp from your youth, and you become acquainted with local residents. You have to navigate complex labyrinth of human relationships and solve the camp's mysteries in order to get back. How that's the ultimate question, is how do you get back? This entry is apparently unplayable in its current state unless they uploaded they may have uploaded a revision. Let me just double check.
Not that I know of. No,
Okay.
it's still the same one. You
Still
can
the same one.
You can get to certain scenes.
Yeah,
but
right.
it'll crash
That link
after
is
a certain
dead, by the
point.
way.
Sorry?
That link that I clicked on is dead. It puts you to a page that said, "Oops, we went to."
It's not dead for me. I just
clicked.
clicked it in the stream. See, I'll click it again. It takes us right to his. Takes us
Yeah,
right
it's
to
dead for me. It took me. It said, "Oops, there's a problem with it."
Well, here it is
I'm
live.
really enjoying this port because it's like a modern
Weird.
game on a console that was released 20 years before it, and the art's really nice, and it's also in crisp 480i.
Yes.
Get all those
yeah, they
pixels.
did interlaced.
Creamy 3D pictures.
What do you think of Zygo, Nick?
You know, I like Zygo. I think that, I ran into a lot of soft locks playing it, and the programmer notes this is their first go at sea. And considering this is their first go at sea, I think they did a terrific job, especially with the level design and some of the pastel artwork. The backgrounds look great. The parallax is great. And I think that the way this guy integrated the power-ups with backtracking to get more gems in previous levels was super well done. I really enjoyed it. I want to see this game get finished someday, and I think it's got a good future ahead of it.
Cool. Yeah,
I'm excited to see myself.
yeah. I played a little bit of it, and it looks great. I noticed they used the meshes, for transparencies and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I would expect that. Like,
Par for the course.
that's
for
par for
Saturn,
the course, exactly. But yeah, no, what was there, I was actually really impressed with, and kind of came out of nowhere. I wasn't familiar with Jay Beretta before this post, so
No, I think that Jay Beretta's a newcomer.
yeah,
to the
so
scene,
excited to see
to my
what
knowledge.
new stuff comes from him. And then next we got N Diddy, of course, with something Garfield related. It
Hell
seems
yes.
He entered the that rotating Garfield last year.
yes,
This
the
is better
test.
than rotating Garfield. This is Garfield Tetris. It's
That's
so
right.
great.
Can you
That was
survive an
VBT,
onslaught?
The rotating Garfield.
Yeah, VBT did that. Sorry. That's
Yeah,
my bad. And didn't he do the Cyberblock, right?
I think
Cyberblock.
it Diddy upped one.
Last year.
Yeah,
What?
And last year, VBT did the Garfield non-SGL mesh display demo.
yeah. N Diddy did Cyberblock Metal Orange, and then the year
that was
before
a fire game.
he did New Game, whatever that was. That's what it was called, New Game.
There's a new game.
I can't recall what that was, but anyway.
I believe that was the platformer. If I'm remembering, because he has a platformer engine. I just don't remember seeing it lately.
Right. Oh, okay. Yes. Yes. But anyway, this
Isn't
time
Diddy
it's a.
using it to make a Garfield platformer.
He should. Who
Okay.
knows?
I'm sorry, Dave.
No. No, that's fine. He definitely should. Let's see here. We've got
Sensagolo.
Sensagolo Neuromage Studio with of course Lighthouse of Sao Bento do Oeste. So this game existed. This existed before, at the same time, contemporary to or just before last year's competition, but he didn't make it into the competition. So this will be the first submission of this game into the competition for judging. And then at the same time, he's also got Red Moon Lost Days, the demo, So I guess
have
it's
a playthrough of that on our YouTube channel as well
yes.
of Red Moon.
Can I say something to the first one?
Yes.
First visual novel that's in Joe Engine as a demo, and it's a fairly beginner friendly C code. So if you're confident in your skills in putting something on screen, like if you can draw well or 3D model well, that code is doable even if you're a C beginner or maybe even a coding beginner. You can wrap your head around it. I hope.
It's a good place for someone to start if they just like drawing, they like doing art, and they could tell a simple story. That'd be something to get started.
Yeah, it's basically a long list where you just add single screen images, the text, and there's sometimes dialogue choices, like it is a choose your own adventure book, so it is manageable.
Cool.
Sounds good. Let's why don't we move on to the next game?
Yeah, we'll move on to the next game. So, Red Moon, or skip ahead to Super Ray?
We just talk about Red. I mean, we just say Red
Yeah,
Moon.
talk about Red Moon, Pat.
I mean, it's a cool visual novel. I really enjoy the story of it so far. It's basically your Kyo Tanwa of Shukyu, bad at these names.
Yeah.
Basically, like you lost your family and you go out and join this army battalion. It was really good. It was fun for what I played of it. I recommend it. There's a YouTube playthrough on our channel, and we'll play it again for the stream as well.
Great
it's
art
like branching.
too.
Yeah, it's also branching and stuff, so it's pretty good.
And was this also on PC? Did he also have this?
Yeah, I think he's putting it on PC as well.
So multi-platform. That's cool. And then of course go ahead.
Sorry. I say we talk about the Super Ray, the cloth demo.
Yes. So Super Ray or Raimi put out a cloth demo with AABB collision, the simple cloth physics demonstration using 360 quads and how they interact with a single static 3D cube on real Saturn hardware or emulation. It's cool. I
really
tested it out. It was really cool. I was really impressed, like with the movement. Of course, like it's got to be really, really hard to get that down, just, get the gravity down. But it's very convincing. Probably better than any physics on Saturn that I've seen, like in any game before. So yeah, I was definitely impressed. But of course, their actual submission, like their main submission, was Sky Blaster, which just got posted today. And this was simple endless mode shmup. Enemies drop items upon death, either gun upgrades, start with a level 1 gun and you can get up to level 3, extra lives, or they drop extra bombs. You can carry up to 9 lives and 9 bombs. And the game also supports the use of the 3D control pad for those who prefer to maneuver their ship with the analog stick. So,
oh shit! I just got done playing this before the stream.
Support?
Say what? Twin stick? You need get Knight on that twin stick support. Special thanks to random stuff for the music. Henri Fox for the cloud art, and Ponut64 for Pwn Sound. One more game that uses Pwn Sound is the Audio Driver, which is also an entry.
Much respect.
Yeah, much respect. Seriously, XL2 uses Pwn Sound.
The Audio Driver is being submitted as a utility.
It is. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, but Blue Skies, which hasn't been submitted yet but will be soon, is also using Pony Sound.
Wonderful.
Lots of pony sounds.
That's awesome. Good. That's great news.
Hey.
Yeah, Team Starlane, Blue Skies. Original game channels the spirit of games like Pilot Wings to bring us a calm and relaxed flight simulation experience on the Saturn. Of course, if you guys have been in these streams and in our Discord, the folks behind it, Emerald, Astral Junkie. You've got, of course, Xenos Interactive, Xenos, yep, working their butts off to make this game and make it handle as best that they can. And a lot of work has gone into this game since last year. You guys have been working on it, right? When did this game get started?
Basically, this was more or less this year.
Yeah.
After the competition, right? After last year.
I just wanted to say to the participants, Astral doesn't seem to contribute anymore, but we have Random, who also did the music for Ray's game, who has been very prolific, so he's like
Yes.
our third permanent member after me and Emerald. And then we have 2 contributors who added like 5 songs, and that is Shadow Mask with 2 songs, and May, which I found on the Deflamask Discord and convinced to give us her songs with 3 songs. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Fair. I'm excited to try it out.
Yeah, definitely. And shouts to Shadow Mask and Random Stuff, who have really, like you said, been prolific and offered a bunch of support to different projects for music. And so, yeah, I'm very impressed. And shouts to you guys too. I didn't really mention any names in the actual article yet because it's just a placeholder, waiting for you guys to upload the game in the post, and then I will go ahead and flesh out all that information. But yeah, thank you guys for this effort. I'm really, really excited for Blue Skies.
For sure.
Of course, last but not least, to round out the original games, we got XL2 with his update demo 0.35. This is the all about deathmatch version with support for up to 4 players in split screen and up to 7 bots.
Yeah.
Mix things up on 8 maps. It also features environment mapping that he showed us earlier this year. That little technique.
Wait, does these guns have reflections on them? What the heck?
Yes.
It's so good, dude.
Yeah, so he's got environment
Shotguns have
mapping
this
on
wicked
select
texture on them.
weapons, and a lot of the old maps have been updated thanks to Josh7774 for 2 of them. And you can download the demo here. I don't believe this is the full game. This is just that 8-player deathmatch demo, right? Yes, I believe
I'm not
that.
sure, to be honest.
Yeah, it's just
I believe you're correct.
It's the deathmatch module, so it's actually not as big as like the full game. Let me see here. Okay, so
for it.
moving right along, hacks, patches, and translations. Dang, this was a year for hacks, patches, and translations.
Oh my god.
Of course, this is in alphabetical order according to the team that did it. So we got the bulk/English localization and fan dub, or the bulk/English localization team is what they're calling themselves, and they did the localization and fan
Might have
dub.
a new name soon, possibly.
Yeah, that'll be great. That'll be cool. What you got some secret information you want?
I don't know.
We'll see. Okay, so anyway, this complete English localization and fan dub of the Japanese Saturn exclusive features a total of 20 different voice actors, voicing like 21 voices, I think. 7 fully voiced Mist navigators. We've been through all of this, and then Night.
Yeah, we did like a video and
Yep.
we talked about it several times.
Twin
I
Six
don't know
support.
what more there's to say about it. It's fantastic.
Awesome. It's a passionate group of Saturn fans that came together to create one of the most ambitious and polished fan projects that the Saturn has ever seen. So it's an absolute
amazing.
must download, must play. Deathmask. Deathmask translation team brought us Deathmask Angel Devoid D translation, I guess they're calling it a D translation. This is K, A Murder of Crows, and Shadow Mask, really, with the help of Night early on, I think. What project hasn't been helped by Night? At least a little bit. I don't know. Anyway,
and everything.
yeah, so it's an undub or a detranslation. So, and this is one of those situations where I would argue that the English is correct. That's the original audio. The Japanese was actually the dub, you know? So this is basically taking the English audio from the original PC game or the MS-DOS game and applying it to the Japanese only release. And in many cases, cleaning up the audio and making it sound even better. Project is almost 100% complete, aside from a few inventory descriptions that were added to the Saturn version of the game that didn't exist and didn't have original English audio. So I believe they're reaching out to some kind of voice actor to try to get that done. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they do.
Absolutely. And I can't thank you guys enough, since I was the one who was like a squeaky wheel and asked for it in the first place. I was like, it would be awesome if... Because I do love cyberpunk stuff, and I love, you know, quirky FMV games, you know. This
you all
one's...
know Dave and I are big Snatcher and cyberpunk fans.
And I mean, this game is no Snatcher, for sure, but I mean, it's got... You blow off a lady's head, you know, there's definitely some scenes where you're just like, okay, I got to play this game in English. So thank you to those guys. Again, Night of Dragon with Vakken Rotor. This is, you know... the latest thing to come along. And again, he did this as a Christmas present to the community, and he really just Superman this thing by himself. And it's not been easy, from what I understand. Very high level of difficulty to patch this just because of their proprietary compression scheme, which I guess he said they probably bought, and then they were like, well, we have to use it now because we paid for it.
Yeah, that seems like it is like a lot of projects, but it's really fun. We played it on the stream. We did a video of it as well, and it was a ton of fun. I really enjoyed playing it, and we talked about it earlier on the show.
Yes,
and it's just amazing. Thank you, Knight, for making this happen. I know a lot of people are happy about this. Based
on these screenshots too, the latest ones that he just posted today, it's coming along really great. Got like fonts changed, the temperature and the weather, it all works. Lots of stuff, the in-game graphics and everything. He's got, and then the victory screen. Awesome, excellent, quick work too. I mean, I don't know. The thing is, I make it sound easy because what do I know? But he's, it's probably painful for him. But anyway, Malenko brings us an update to Fire Pro S 6-man scramble English translation. There's an updated submission of last year's translation project, and there have been a significant number of elements translated since the 2020 submission. However, the project remains unfinished, but in its current state, still fully playable.
I need to get good at it.
Yeah, and then he didn't stop there. He also is bringing us Fire Pro Gaiden Blazing Tornado.
This is insane. Another one I have to play now. I'm excited.
So for the record, this is a completely separate game from 6-Man Scramble.
Yep, completely separate game. Yeah, I list, so there's his name, and then there's like multiple projects that he's working on. There are a couple other people that are working on multiple projects where they have like 2 different games that they're working on. But yeah, so 2 different games, Fire Pro Gaiden and Fire Pro S 6-Men.
I do like the graphics on Fireman on Blazing Tornado though.
Oh yeah, looks very like Neo Geo ish.
I like it. I can't wait to try it out.
Yeah. This one you were really excited for, Pat. Mr.
I didn't even know this came out of left field and hit me in the face.
Mr. Conan with Lunar 2 Eternal Blue preview, English translation preview, point
this
12.
Is insane.
An early sneak peek at the English translation for Lunar 2 Eternal Blue. It's a single disc with the working designs PlayStation script inserted for now. I don't know if that's going to change, but at least, he did put that in parentheses for now. And VWF inserted. Game Arts got rid of the one from Lunar 2.
VWF means.
Yeah. I don't either. Maybe it was a typo, or maybe it's going over my head.
Variable width font.
Oh, okay, variable width font. Game Arts got rid of the one from Lunar 1. Items, spells, and text UI are mostly there. However, there's some glitches here and there, and there are numerous elements that remain as of yet untranslated. Still a work in progress. The subtitle format has not yet been decoded. So, and the audio, of course, remains in Japanese. So that is awesome.
I'm excited. I'm excited to try that one out. I love once this is translated, we just need this one and Gun Griffin 2, which apparently is in the works, and we'll have every Game Arts game translated on the Saturn.
Yeah, that'll be amazing. So I'm excited for that. Yeah, we can actually talk about that. That's not a submission, but we can talk about that right as we wrap this up. Wow, we've got so much more to cover. Petito is doing like a retranslation, a Spanish retranslation. It's my understanding there was a Spanish version released in PAL territories, but it didn't really make much sense. So I guess this one retranslates from the Japanese. And
right,
I guess
let me get this real quick.
Yeah,
it came out in French, not Spanish. So he went from the Japanese to the Spanish instead of French to Spanish. It was released in Spanish region, but it was French.
Okay, but
Spanish.
So, okay, then Wikipedia is wrong because it said it was released in English, French, and Spanish.
It's the region, but it was in French.
Okay. So I need to update this then because I had a misunderstanding about that. But anyway, he's translating it fully in Spanish so that it's playable and understandable for Spanish-speaking gamers. So that's awesome.
I'm gonna have to bring in a friend when I review this because he's fluent in Spanish and loves Dragon Ball Z. So I think he'll probably have more to say about it. I'll bring him in and ask him if he wants to come on and talk about it.
Yeah, is his
that
name
title.
Stika? I'm just kidding.
That's Portuguese. No,
That would
his
be
name's Joe. He does the Spirit Hunters podcast with me.
I gotcha.
I'll talk to him about this. I think he'd be interested in trying it out, at least online. But yeah, I'm actually excited for this one. This one, I think it's a nice breath of fresh air. I know that we're all English orientated, but I think it's time Spanish speakers got their turn as well with the game. So I think it's fantastic. I know there's a big Spanish fandom with Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z,
Absolutely.
especially in countries like the Philippines and stuff, where Spanish is a mainstay language.
Yes. And I mean, they're the ones that gave it most of the love back in the day. So, I mean, they deserve a translation. Honestly,
Yeah, so I'm excited.
ironically, Grandia 0.9.6 or 0.9.6. I say ironically because right after he submitted this for the competition, it was only until after the competition that they cracked the FMV subtitles, and that was an issue that they were having for over a year. It was just like this crazy obstacle. But yeah, so they got it done. Fantastic. And yeah, so this is of course the latest update with FMV sequences subtitled, and then various bug fixes and typo corrections.
I think this is what we talk about when we talk about people putting up patches and selling like games for stuff that's not finished, because yeah, stuff like this is going to come out and it's going to be like, well, why did I get this version, not that version? Now there's a bunch of versions that people have that they bought or, are starting to buy. And it's like, why is this not the right version? It's like, oh.
Right.
But
yeah, I agree. Totally. Sega ages. I love Mickey Mouse and I love Donald Duck. This, of course, is another one that Chucky's... Sorry?
You love Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck?
That is the title. That is the title.
I prefer Scrooge.
Yeah. So I think the only change to this is that it incorporates the box art, and the US title screens, US box art and US title screens, to replace that. So there's that. Tools and utilities category. We got Cafe Alpha with Save Repack. Saturn utility that allows you to import save data from PC and to a Saturn or an emulator, share your game status, record records or race ghosts, and etc. with friends or publicly on forums. It also allows you to copy save data from an emulator to your Saturn.
So does this require the gamer's card to do something like this?
Looks like it's built into a Kai release. That's what the Saturn side. The data manager is built into like a latest update of Kai, or please correct me if I'm wrong, because that's what it looks like when you click the link. The PC side software is obviously like its own software, but when you go to utility download, it actually takes you to PS Kai release. So
this is for the PC. This is for the PC emulator specifically.
Yeah, and then of course Night of Dragon also brought us Sega Saturn Patcher V1.95. Thank you, Night. Seriously, this is like multi-level patching utility that allows you to create patches of your hacks as well as apply them per file level for maximum compatibility with the various CD formats. Rip your CDs. Add Sega RPG fans Netlink 14.4 BPS modem patch. Provide an advanced region-free utility that rebuilds the IP bin to allow for all regions and many more features. This particular revision was built with all the contest entries in mind, so I think this is like the one to use for all the contest entries.
Honestly, it should be the standard going forward for every patcher.
Thank you. Yeah, I agree, wholeheartedly agree. And he also brought us Saturn Save Converter, which is he calls it a handy dandy little tool that allows you to drop your save file on top and convert it automatically to a wide range of emulators and formats, including BUP. Need to pass a save? Yeah, .bup. If you need to pass a save from MedDefend to a team and they're on a different device, don't worry. Just drop it onto the save converter and you're covered.
No worries, be happy.
I think he did say, though, for judging purposes, that if you're thinking about, ranking one of his utilities, he'd rather you can favor the patcher. And we got to wrap soon. We got Ponut with, of course, Pone Sound.
Soon.
It's the SCSP 68K sound driver, open source sound driver that they've actually allowed other people to use, and they're using it, like Emerald said, in different games. So that's awesome that games are using
My
this.
Little Pony fandom has finally contributed to something. No, I'm just joking. I'm only joking.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry, I'm having an emergency. There's an emergency, and I gotta go.
All right. And last one, Super Raimi, simple Saturn model converter.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. But
Like
we'll
an
have to wrap
actual
up.
real emergency. I gotta go. Sorry, guys.
All right.